Hi guys, and welcome to today's task. For today's task, we are doing a springtime special, I guess you could say. Everybody's pulling their lawnmowers out of storage and getting ready to mow the lawn one time. But before you're even starting that lawnmower, let's sharpen that blade and get that thing ready for your lawn. Today I want to tell you about 3 different methods for sharpening your lawnmower blade. Way number 1 is the simplest. It is to take the blade off and take it to your lawnmower repair shop and have them do it. Now, it can't be a box store like Lowe's and Home Depot. They won't do it. It's got to be a lawnmower repair or service center. So Google that in your area, take it, get it sharpened. Boom. Way number 1 is done. Way number 2 is to use your angle grinder and grind the blade yourself. You have to have a steady hand for it, and you need to be able to clamp this to a table, and that's a simple way to do it as well. Way number 3 is a new product we're going to demo. It is a blade sharpening tool that I picked up at Lowe's, and it has the bevel already set, and you simply attach it to a drill and grind away, and supposedly it's sharp. We'll try all 3 and see which one works the best. First things first, let's get that blade off the lawnmower. Now, I recommend you do this on cement and not on the grass. If you do it on the grass and you spill oil or gasoline in any way, that lawn will absolutely be dead for the rest of the summer. So do it on cement. Since our gas tank opening is on this side, we want to tip it on this side. And there we go. Okay, now all blades are a little bit different. This is a Toro commercial, so it has these 2 screws that mount to a plate. Some just have 1 screw. All of them are totally different, so you really just need to get under your lawnmower and look and see. I do recommend using an impact drill if possible, because putting this on there will undo the bolts quickly, but if you use a wrench, there's a chance that you're gonna spin this, and it just kind of makes for more work. So I recommend using an impact wrench if you've got one. And sometimes the impact wrench isn't gonna cut it. Here's where things get a little bit tricky, and this is my methodology. I like to put my shoe there, and put the wrench on, and then crank against that. And it will break loose, it just might take some time. Now I can use the wrench for the rest. Looking at this blade that just came off here, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it was going to. We haven't even hit all of the notched areas there. I'm not sure why, but this all from here over is cutting surface. You can see some nicks and this little bevel right there, but all in all, this blade's not in as bad a shape as I thought it was going to be, but it is very rounded, and it is just tearing the grass right now and not really cutting it. Now that your blade is off your lawnmower, we are ready to start sharpening. I recommend wearing gloves for any of this because the blade will get sharp. You're dealing with tools that can grind and bump and tear skin really easy, and it's just smarter to work with gloves. So I am going to be demonstrating this on a cart table because not everybody has a vise at home or a workbench that they get to work from, but most people do have some sort of a cart table, some sort of a plastic table that you can just clamp something to. So grab your clamp, grab your blade, and clamp it to it. So method number 2 I talked about was using this bench grinder. If you know how to hold the angle, you can just run it like this and run it up there a few times. You will have to grind into there quite a bit until it's sharp to the touch. That feels a lot better. We're definitely still pretty rounded on that, but we need to keep working it back. Now, you try to hold this at a 30-degree angle, roughly, and just make it all one continuous surface, and you're going to do a great job. All right, that feels really, really good. And you may not be able to tell, but that is a very sharp blade now. We've taken off all the rounding, and it feels really, really good. Let's try it on the other side using our 3rd method. Now I have done the angle grinding, and I have taken my blades into a professional sharpener a long time in my life. I have never tried this new method. So once again, we're gonna clamp it to our table. So I've got it clamped this way. It did work, but it was a little bit vibrating. I think that's why I got some of the chatter on that. I'm gonna clamp it again, just to make it a little more stable. But like I said, 1 clamp will work, 2's better. I'm gonna be very honest, I've never used one of these before. I've heard about them. I'm excited to try it and see how it really works. So it looks like the intention of this method is to set this plastic piece on the back of the blade and then run it against that blade. It looks like the bevel's already set and established, so I think we'll go ahead and give it a try, which means I need to turn this upside down, which means I actually need to take my blade and turn it the opposite direction. Normally you're grinding face up with a grinder. This one we're going to be grinding face down so that we can set it properly. Put our gloves back on, and we are ready to go. Let's take a look and see how it looks already. Well, you can see that it is grinding evenly, but because of the way the bevel is, it's got to start up there and work its way down to that tip. So we've got a lot of grinding to do. Okay, well, that is not worth my time. I will say this, it is putting an even grind on that, which is super nice, and I like that it is doing that. But I will show you this plastic piece that's on here is starting to melt on the back. So I'm gonna wear through this way faster than I'm gonna get the blade sharpened up at all. Is this really a good method? I think if you're sharpening your blade regularly, like maybe every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, then it probably will work. This blade has been through a lot. I leveled the lawn last year with it and scalped the lawn. I've scalped the lawn this year with it already, and then I also have been cutting down the lawn at the new place. So this blade's been through a lot. I think if the blade wasn't so damaged, it would work a lot better. So that's something to keep in mind. Price point. This attachment for a drill, which most people have a drill at home, this attachment is only 12 or 13 bucks on Amazon, pretty cheap. Whereas a grinder, some grinders can run upwards of $115. This disc is only about 5 or 6, so that's not a big deal. You can find cheaper grinders at other stores, but they're just not gonna last as long. So a name brand, you're gonna be running 100 bucks. Not really the cheapest, but it is quicker. Also, taking your blade into a professional to have him sharpen it each time, that can be costly, but it is nice to have it done perfectly every single time. What I typically do is take in one of my blades and pick up another one at the same time, and then I just come home and swap them out so that I always have a blade ready to go at the repair shop, and I really like that method. What does all this matter? Why do you need a sharp blade to begin with? They will cut the grass, it will lower the height of it, and make it look like it's freshly cut. But it will also strain the grass. When you cut the grass properly, it will look good longer. So it's cut and it's gonna maintain a prettier green look until you're ready to cut it again. If you're cutting it with a dull blade, it really just rips the grass, and then you'll get these white strands on top, and it will look dull within the next couple days. It really makes the lawn not look as like lush green. It's also not as healthy for the grass. When you cut it nice and clean, it helps the grass stay healthier. If it's torn, it strains the grass, it doesn't help either. So there are perks to it. Also, a lot of people are starting to switch and use electric lawnmowers, which that's a great alternative if you want to use one, but an electric battery is only going to go so far if the blade is dull, and you want to get the most mileage out of that battery life. You need to keep that blade sharp and keep it going so that you can get the full life of that battery out of it. This blade is the blade we did with a grinder, and it is very sharp running my finger along there. This blade is the blade that we did with that different tool. It's still nowhere near where I need it to be, and I think I've got some long work ahead of me on that. But these are a couple of methods that I wanted to show you guys for those who don't have a bench grinder at their house. That's something a lot of people don't have, but if you have a bench grinder, same thing. Hold your blade to that bench grinder, off an angle about 30 degrees, and get at it. So a little tip, if you want to cut your lawn a little bit lower than the lowest setting of your mower will go, you can throw a couple of washers. I learned that from my good friend Connor Ward, and I will link his channel down in the description as well for you guys to go check out. Now we can tip the lawnmower back. I doubt that that is going to let me focus on that as much as it needs to be, but that is a freshly cut blade. It's nice and clean across that top. And if you look at some of these old blades, they're torn and shredded. They're just not cutting very nice. A lot of people have never ever sharpened their blade, let alone taken it off and looked at it. So if you're one of those people, get on Amazon right now, order the blade you need, and get a second one coming. Once it gets here, put it on, and then take your old one off and sharpen it either by hand with that Dremel tool / drill tool, or go take it to a shop and have them do it themselves. I'm sure local businesses could use the extra business right now. Sharpening your blade will only benefit your lawn, and it will make it look a lot nicer as you cut it. I promise you'll see the difference. So if you guys like today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you want to check out any of the products that I used in today's video, I will link them in the description down below. And if you guys are checking out all of the videos, that's a lot of checking to be doing. Check it, check, mic check. If you guys want to check out all the new content coming out, make sure you hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys. Hi, guys, and welcome to today's task. That is such good news.
I think you should be a little closer.
What's up, girl? Today I want to show you three methods for... Make sure you sharpen that. Ugh, so stupid. The intention, oh shoot, son of a, guys, I like grinded the crap out of that lens. Oh crap, Bonnie's gonna kill me. Okay, whoop.